What is going on, YouTube? This is AJ. We are settling in for a Wrath of the Lich King Classic Let's Play video. And full disclosure, I knew it was going to happen. Knew it was going to happen. Some point or another. I lost an episode. Didn't really lose it. I think I'm not blaming OBS. I think I fudged something up. We didn't miss much. I did a couple of quests and leveled up first aid a little bit. But again, I think it was 55 minutes of questing in Dark Shore that we lost. So it's unfortunate. But it is it's 11:30 p.m. on a Thursday night. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and I have off from my full-time job. So at 11:30, I think we probably have it in us for one episode, maybe two. We'll see. I'll try to remember kind of what I talked about in the lost episode. Some of it was slightly funny. At least I thought so. But going back to, I don't know if it was the Paladin. I think it was the Paladin, because I think I recorded like 3 videos yesterday. And going back to the, and I remembered right after I recorded, we were talking about, or I was talking about, YouTube thumbnails. Let's see if we can make something. Another one that Okay. No, we don't have light leather on us. I was going to make one of these for my... You know what? 9.1 damage. Let's take a pit stop here and see... Because I'd like to work on the shaman at some point. .2 damage. All right. Can we even use that? Two-handed axes, yeah. So let's go ahead and send that. Oh boy. Just send that all. Pit stop. Okay, what was that? Let's make this because I think we're going to rough grinding stone, so yeah, I think I should. How many did I need? So just one. It's pretty nice that you don't have to wait. What was it, an hour? An hour between sending and receiving to people in the mail system. So I think I need to... Alright, enchanting no, leatherworking, tailoring. First aid, yes. Okay, yeah, back to the silly topic at hand. And that was faked thumbnails. And it infuriates at least me as a boxing fan. But for some reason, and I don't know, Butterbean. If you're a boxing fan that's around my age, you know who Butterbean is. What? Huh. That is crazy. Look at that. Am I just not seeing it? No mining, blacksmithing, or engineering. Huh. Very strange. I wonder why that is. If anybody knows why, Darnassus doesn't have any of that. I think there was 2, right? Okay. Yep. Just need to make 12 a copper bars. Not in Darnassus, obviously. But so yeah, if anybody knows, like, even if you're just like a boxing fan and you don't have to be my age, but you're just kind of in the know. In the 90s, I guess, 90s to early 2000s, Butterbean was a boxer. Definitely not disrespecting him. Anybody that gets in the ring, anybody that's brave enough to get in the ring and fighting a legitimate fight, it deserves everybody's respect. He was not a great fighter. He was a damn fine knockout artist. Knocked motherfuckers out. But he was never a title contender or anything like that. But for some reason, and if you don't know what he looks like, he's a very, very robust, white, bald guy. I believe that James Gum from Silence of the Lambs would describe him as a great big fat person. Not me, I wouldn't. James Gum would. And he was a lot of fun to watch. But like, for some reason, these people that make these fake YouTube thumbnails love putting him in like thumbnails of like greatest fights of all time, and it's like Butterbean versus Muhammad Ali when Muhammad Ali was like 20. It's like, what's going on here? No, Butterbean did not have like a DeLorean, and he did not travel back in time to fight Muhammad Ali when he was in his prime. Didn't happen. Didn't fight Tyson. None of these people. I think I saw one with Butterbean and Pacquiao, and he was probably 200 pounds heavier than Pacquiao. So no, none of that happened. And I don't know why. I don't know why they're obsessed with putting him in these fake thumbnails, but they do. And it just... I don't know who these thumbnails are meant for. One day I'll find out. Maybe I should just put like... Maybe one of my thumbnails one day will be my character with my sword out, and then I'll have like Butterbean right here. And then I'll get like a fucking 10 million views. Then I won't complain. Be like, oh my god, the Butterbean effect works. But I guess then again, it's all these thumbnails that I see that I get so angry about. I'm sure that they're all like, these are all like scientifically figured out. The terrible like O face that you see everybody, like every watch me react to, you know, this crazy video, and it's just somebody with their mouth open, like agape. It looks like somebody just shoved a thumb up their butt unexpectedly. But I mean, like, those, it must just attract views because everybody does it. Everybody does it. Alright. We made a two-handed axe for our shaman. Because if we're not getting dual wield until like what, 35 or 40, then we're going to be a two-hand kind of player. We're going to do our best to be a two-handed kind of player. Me and my umlauts. Put that there. Put that there. Oh yeah. Then I wanted to make some clams. And I need water. Hmm.
Be careful.
And one of the things that it was like a long, kind of why I'm disappointed. It was kind of like a really, oh geez, 4. Okay, no reason to keep it all.
Feel free to browse.
One of the rants that I went on, and it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be as good because it's not off the cuff. And I've also had some time between that video and now, because I recorded that video maybe like an hour and a half ago, and then I was trying to figure out how to get it back, and then I got really angry and walked away. But one of the things that geez, F this. We're just going to put that there. Get rid of that. Was advertisements. Like I called them in the deleted episode, the lost episode. I called them live reads, and they weren't done during a live stream. They were done during a recorded video, so they're not really live streams, but I mean live reads, but I don't know what else you would call them. Prepared spots in a YouTube video. Yeah. So it was a long day at work today. It was, and I'm getting to that. I worked 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I was able to take an hour lunch as well, so it was a 12-hour day. Maybe that's why I'm a little bit slow tonight, is that my brain is just shutting down. But during my 12-hour day, I had YouTube on in the background. And the YouTube that I have on my TV, on my Roku, in my office, is not signed into anything. It just kind of takes what I like. It's not signed into any account. So when you don't sign into an account, it just takes basically takes what you watched and says, okay, if you watched, so he watched 3 Asmongold videos and he watched like 2 Joe Rogan videos. It's gonna like kind of figure out what I want to watch. I was actually, I'm not as big as a Rogan fan as I used to be, but I wanted to see. They had a bunch of clips from the Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I wanted to watch those. Rather disappointed, actually. The crystal looks very alien against the wooded scenery of Darkshore. You think you hear a very slight humming coming from deep within. You have made it once more to the mysterious crystal, removing the stopper on the tube of moonwell water. You gingerly pour the contents over the top of the crystal. As the water cascade down its lattices, you see the opaque surface turn transparent. What's going on here? Okay. So I just kind of like, I forget what I picked. I probably picked something dumb. I think I was like watching some Red Letter Media. Not that that's dumb, but it's kind of dumb. So I'm watching that, and then it just goes to a different video, and then a different video, and then back to back. Maybe not back to back. Maybe within like an hour time frame. And I'm not gonna name them, but and they're different genres. It was back to back. Live reads or commercials like advertisements, sponsorship, and they're both channels that I would say maybe not anymore, but they had millions of subscribers. Both of them, different genres. And they both did promotional spots for like just really kind of like scummy things. And I mean, like, for me, I think I've already said it in a video, like, if some really terrible company wants to give me a bag full of money that I could put toward like the kids' college, I wouldn't say no. I mean, I'd probably feel bad about it, but our content is nowhere close to that yet, so we have nothing to worry about. But and I'm not hating on people. Like I'm not a hater. I can't believe I said hater. I'm not a hater. Like if these YouTube channels need the money, then I have no right to judge, who their sponsors are. But it was just weird. Like, I felt like, I think that the feeling that I had is that they were better. Like, I'm like, I thought these people were better than doing this commercial. And I mean, it wasn't even like, I'll go into what they were, but it's not even like it was NordVPN. Like, everybody's, like, mother and grandmother. Like, I don't have a ton of views, and I'm shocked that Nord hasn't contacted me to, hey, we'll give you $50 to say NordVPN 10 times. Because it seems like they'll just get anybody. I'm surprised NordVPN just doesn't like get anybody with a Gmail account and say, hey, can you just say NordVPN, send emails out for us? Same with Raid. Stupid Raid. Like, Raid Shadow Legends. I've never played it. I can't tell. I am going off of base assumption. But I think one of the selling points is that there's a game mode where you don't have to play the game. If one of your selling points is, come on, play this game. We'll even play it for you sometimes if you want. No, it just seems terrible. But, like I said, I'm going to be a hypocrite and say, Raid Shadow Legends, if you're listening, bag of money, let's talk. Now, a Let's Play channel, not this one, a hypothetical one with, we'll say, 75,000 subscribers. There's a lot. Maybe that's too much. 10,000 subscribers. They do a raid, Shadow Legends raid. That's okay. Give those people a break. What I always felt weird about was when, and you could go, I think you could do a deep dive into all this shit. I think a lot of people have. I think there's 5, 10, 15-hour video, subsets of the decline of AVGN. And see, that felt weird to me. AVGN should have tens of millions of people watching his shit. I know he's got kids, but it just feels why are you doing this? It would have been funny if he was able to say, well, I play shitty games, and here's another shitty game for you. It's Raid Shadow Legends. But no, he was like, oh, it was a great game. It was a great game. I think it was that. I think it was the total opposite. I think that was the terrible pitch. It was I normally play bad games, but now I've got a good game for you, and you're like, ugh. You felt dirty about it. Well, it would seem that even though we know more about this crystal, the more unanswered questions are the result. I'll take the information you've uncovered to the council here in Alberdeen. Perhaps they'll know of a course of action to follow on this crystal. That is if there is one to be taken. For now, the threat remains far enough to our east to be out of harm's way. As for you, job well done, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I'm just letting YouTube give me, oh, you just watch Red Letter Media, watch this other channel that reviews bad movies. Okay. that fell into a genre that I've watched before. And dude was hawking, and I want to say it was like a 5 minute. It was like a 5 minute spot. And then like another shout out at the end of the video about this website. And this website that he was sponsoring, or that sponsors him, it's supposed to be like a combination of eBay and Twitch. Like, I don't know if it's a live stream or just recorded video, but people go on there and they either, like I said, live stream or record a video showing stuff they're selling. And now it's not stuff that's like they made. It's not like, hey guys, look, I made this really cool mouse pad. This is gaming mouse pad, yo. Everybody should, I made them from scratch and I'm selling them for $15. Buy one. No, it's more like half the stuff is probably stolen. Like, oh, this fell off the back of a truck. We're here to sell it. That was just a joke. But it's like, hey guys, I've got these this pair of shoes here that I've never worn. I swear I've never worn them. They're really cool shoes. You should buy them. And it's just them like with a video showing off the shoes, and then you're supposed to give them money, and they're supposed to send you their shit. And it's just like, I don't understand it. Like why is this better? Like, how is this better than eBay? And how is it more trusted than like a... I was using eBay when I was in my 20s. And you don't want to know how old I am now. So why in the world would I take a website where I know that, like, hey, eBay, I bought this used video game system, and they sent me a box of like scrap metal. I know they're more than likely gonna get me my money back somehow. This weird ass combination of Twitch and, oh, I got videos. Yeah, videos. Like, how do you know, like you know nothing about it? It's just so weird. Like, does it feel, anyway, it's just so weird, like, and they must have given him like a boatload of money. Because I've never heard of it before. I've never heard of it, and I've never even seen another YouTube use it, like sponsor it or get sponsored by it. And you see that and you're like, okay, well, maybe if that was Joe, 5,000 subscriber, take a chance on him. But I mean, like, you're kind of putting your own reputation on the line, I feel like. Like, in this YouTuber, not gonna name names, I think like basically a lot of his cachet is that he is, I'm a man of my word. I'd never be swayed by anything. It's like, well, now if this thing is you sponsored it, you gave me your coupon code, and now my credit card's being used in Siberia to buy like deer flanks in the thousands of dollars. I'm going to relate that bad experience with you. So I mean, like, it's weird that you would stake your reputation on something like that. I'd really like to be done with this quest. Now that I said that, they're not going to drop. And the second one, the first one, that I think that YouTuber has a bigger following by numbers. Totally different genre, as I've said about 5 times. But I guess still like nerd culture. You could encompass it all together. This one was weird. This one was another weird one. And it was... I'll name the company because it was just weird. I think it was like Earthy or Earthly Spirits. And it's these people that are... I guess they're trying to claim that they're going to send you like pot in the mail. Not pot, I'm sorry. I believe it's they're selling you hemp that has THC derivatives in it. But they're kind of marketing it like, hey, we're sending you stuff that you could put in your pipe and smoke. I mean, like one of the pre-made commercials was people rolling a joint. So I mean, like, what are they trying to? They're alluding to, hey, we're going to sell you some stuff that's going to get you high. And this commercial, it like, I think like 2 or 3 separate times in the commercial though, like, hey, we send this to all 50 states, and don't worry, it's legal. Now, where I'm from, and I know there's still states out there like the state that I'm in, recreational marijuana is still not legal. So I don't see how I could send away for, and again, I don't think it's their derivatives, THC derivatives they call them. That and like the commercial was just these people that are reading it. They keep on like mentioning that, oh, are you a content creator, or are you a musician? Well, you know what, guys, if you use this product, you'll be so much more creative. Because you know what, THC makes you more. It felt so slimy, and again, this is nerd. It's like a nerd culture. They curse and use foul language. So I wouldn't call it a kiddie channel, but I also wouldn't call it like an in-your-face, adults-only channel. And it's just like, again, this looked like something that should have been sent, a sponsorship that should have been sent for somebody that had like 9,000 subscribers, and maybe they talked about pot a lot. It's the Pot Podcast. And I guess the to like kind of put a ribbon on that part is that it's not that I like take offense to people making money on advertisements. I just felt like these two creators were like above that. And maybe I'm just completely wrong in there. They both stand behind these products, they sought out the sponsorship. Hey, I saw you were selling fake weed on your website. I want to do a video sponsoring you. Like, can you throw me some, a little bit of extra money? Alright, fine. Alright, I think we're gonna, let's do a leather top instead of the dress. There we go. Now we look better, don't we? How do we look? Looking good. Yeah, that pre-made commercial, they had vape pens. They have one person hit the vape pen, kind of nod their head, pass it to their friend. Their friend takes a hit, kind of holds it in a little bit and looks at him and shakes their head too. You're like, oh, this is a good shit right here. Go fuck yourself. I guess I just, again, I gotta realize that these are, I guess I gotta realize that it's all about money, and if put in a similar position, I probably would do the same thing. It was just surprising, I guess. It's kind of like the one of the YouTubers that's no longer a YouTuber that I know of. I think he retired from it. Was Supa with the classic WoW and private server WoW Let's Plays. You could hear like there's a clear spot, like I think it was in his like second video set. He was like, he just straight up said, you know, like, oh, I would never do Patreon. That's you know, like asking people for money. That's terrible. Blah blah blah. I'd never do that. And you know, maybe a year and a half later, if that, he had a Patreon. And again, it's not bashing him. It's just I'm kind of comparing that, him saying that, to me saying that I wouldn't do such a thing. Like, hey guys, I want you to buy this fake weed on this live stream eBay channel. I'd combine them. I'd make double the money. See, I'm smarter than them all. Combine the ads. Fake weed. Live stream eBay. All your problems are solved. So, yeah, no, I'll probably end up doing that shit too. If I get big enough to have them offer. But I don't know, like, I figured that, like, though, when you're, and maybe it's just, you know, people talking shit and they're not being honest. Like, I thought once you hit a certain kind of milestone on YouTube, you, like, when people were starting to ask if they could advertise with you, like, it wasn't just one company, it was, you know, 3 or 4, and you got to choose. It was kind of like, I just assumed that, I guess. "11 armor is an upgrade." Okay. Hmm. I'm very OCD about bags. I think I talked about Supa in one of my earlier episodes, how somebody commented like he used to have his bags kind of like the way I do. And somebody had commented on one of his videos saying, "Hey, you should try to put your bags like this." And he did, and I swear it gave me anxiety. I was like, "Oh my god, that's wrong. Stop it. That's wrong. You're doing it wrong." Like he put all of his like his Hearthstone and mining pick and blacksmith hammer. He put them all in the last bag, and I'm like, no, you can't do it. Can't do it. Okay, obtain the ancient moonstone seal. I think we did this one on the. I think we did a lot of these on the shaman. I kind of realized that halfway through that I'm rereading stuff that I read already. I'm stumbling through anyway. So probably don't need to read all of them. Maybe when I'm just feeling like I want to narrate. Oh, that's wonderful when that happens. I think our shaman, that one took like 6 or 7. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Gotta do that. For protection, 197. Destroy the ancient moonstone seal at the ancient flame of... Oh, gosh. We did the same thing last time on the shaman, too. Was that... We should have came up here and done that quest first. Then done all the Amatharon. Yeah, you kind of wonder. What is it? Is it attributable to Batman? Am I thinking about Batman? The line of you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain? It kind of feels that way with, people that you watch on YouTube. Very dramatic, I know. But, like, just some of these, like, it seems like everybody's got a shelf life. Like a sellout shelf life, maybe. And I'm not using sellout in a bad way. Trust me. Trust me. The work that I do, my 9 to 5, or in today's case, an 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I feel like I'm a sellout for what I do, so not calling it that bad, but I think you could tell. I think you could tell like who's authentic. If that makes any sense. I think you could tell. oh, this guy's making these videos because he really enjoys making these videos. Versus, oh, that guy's making these videos so he can have a sponsorship. Okay, so we could learn that. That's good. Not that I don't think we'll ever get Strider meet again. But what are you gonna do? A lot of shit talking, I guess. I don't mean it. I like all the people. Like the people. If anybody gets to put two and two together, and they're like, "Oh, he's talking about him," like, I like them still. Like, none of it becomes like to the point of like, "Oh, that guy's such a sellout. I'll never watch him again." No, I enjoy people's content, and then I like to try to stay loyal. It's just, I guess, it just hits you as a surprise. Like, wow, I can't believe they're doing this. And then again, I just don't know how much. You kind of, there are some channels out there that you could like, they'll kind of go into depth on what a YouTube channel makes. And I guess I thought both of those channels were, you know, at least six-figure channels just by the views, and neither of them, I don't think either of them would have any kind of community guideline strikes or copyright strikes. They make, original entertainment. So I guess I'm just trying, like, wrap my head around it. I guess there's always more. Everybody always needs more. And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess I'm just so used to living on kind of nothing. I'm not sure if it was in the Paladin. What's tough is that I have kind of three concurrent Let's Plays going on. I have the Paladin, I have a Shaman, and I have a Final Fantasy XI online. And that one's, I think I have like 30 plus hours in the last like 2 weeks of that. So I don't know if I'm repeating myself. Because I don't think that there is a whole lot of cross-watching. I don't think that anybody's watching for me. I think they're watching for the content. Like, oh, I really like watching somebody play Wrath of the Lich King Paladin. Really like that. I've watched Robert Rambles play his. Let me watch AJ play his. See if they're different. See, like the different play styles and blah blah blah. And so you just don't know, I guess. But for me, where I'm going with that is that up until maybe 3 years ago now? Yeah, 3 years ago, when I found out I was having a kid. Before that, I was working as a bartender full time. And being a male bartender, I made exactly enough money to pay my bills and have a little bit of fun. There was no saving for retirement. There was just a shitload of debt. So I know what it is to have nothing and to live on basically nothing. So the idea of, oh, I'm making, $175,000 from my YouTube channel, but they want to give me $15,000 to sell fake weed for them. Okay, I'll take it. It's just a little bit for me, it's isn't that enough? Isn't, $175,000 enough? But maybe, maybe it's not. And again, maybe if I'm put in the same position, I'd I'd be wanting more. Anyway, I've rambled enough. I've sat on my high horse enough. I'm sure, again, somebody offers me $5,000 to sell fake weed, I might do it. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy. Bye.